Hey guys, thanks again for joining us. My name's Tegan. I'm an account manager for the New South Wales region. I know that you guys might be joining from all the way around Australia, so thanks again. I'm joined by my colleague Jess.
Hi, everyone.
She'll be answering questions as we go. You guys will be able to see the questions tab towards the bottom of the GoToWebinar control panel. There's a little line that says questions. Just hit the drop down and enter in questions there, and we will answer them as we go. So just a bit of an agenda for our webinar this afternoon. We'll go over the high-level functionality of HubDoc and some basic workflows. And then we'll also talk about some basic account setups to ensure that you and your clients are getting the best experience and have got their accounts set up correctly. Again, any questions for any of those, just pop them in the questions tab and we'll answer as we go. So when we first land on HubDoc, you'll see the login page. We'll get all your financial documents in one place automatically. When we hit login, we simply enter our credentials. And you'll see the organizations page. Now, this is a really great collaborative space for you and any employees to get a snapshot of the business from a bookkeeping standpoint. At the top, you can see your partner account, which is free for the practice for life. And down the bottom, we've got all the different client accounts that I might have access to. I say this is a great snapshot because you can see that documents to review column. That's letting me know which clients have got documents in there and I'm ready to get to work. Managing users is really easy. You simply pop onto this manage users button, and then you can enter in your staff member's email address and add the new user. This is going to send them an email invite to create their own login. You can then toggle in and grant your clients, your staff access to any client account that you like. Revoking access is just as easy as hitting this red revoke access, and they'll no longer have access to those different accounts. There's no cost associated with adding users, guys. HubDoc is a tool to help you scale, and as you scale, you might need more staff, so the more the merrier here, just add away. Adding a client account is also relatively straightforward. Add client account button, enter in their company name, first and last name of your clients, as well as the email address. Do be aware this is going to send your clients an email to access the HubDoc portal. If you are planning on using HubDoc as a tool for the practice, you can simply enter in a placeholder email address here and hit create account. The account will then be visible in your accounts list. Any questions, guys, in terms of the organizations page, adding clients or managing staff? Awesome. Great. So if I swing into one of my client accounts, the first thing that we're going to see is the HubDoc dashboard. You and your clients have the same view of this dashboard. So we are trying to encourage that collaboration, but it does give you the power to get in the driver's seat and take full control of the whole process if they're not going to be using HubDoc. On the left-hand side, we've got the folder structure. In the middle, the document stream. And on the right, a nice big preview of the source document itself. Now, the folder structure really is quite robust. While HubDoc is a document collection and data extraction tool, it's also a fully fledged document management tool as well. HubDoc's created these folders and subfolders based on the vendor names and account numbers that we're recognizing, making it really easy for you to find the documents when and if you need them. You can also search by a range of different variables to help really drill down on the documents that you're looking for, whether it be date, total amounts, supplier names, document types, or even just simple keywords. While HubDoc can replace your document management systems like Dropbox or Google Drive, we can also complement those tools as well. We integrate with these cloud storage platforms to help create another backup of the software and have it accessible on multiple different devices. So guys, what really makes HubDoc unique are our automated connections. We've got over 250 different automated connections, ranging from banks, telcos, utilities, software vendors, and retail suppliers. You can see some of the popular companies below. You can also search by simply selecting the character that you might be interested in, or use the search bar. Once we've identified the vendor we'd like to fetch from, we'll enter in the credentials for this vendor. And this is a set and forget feature. So what I mean by this is we add these credentials once, and then you're never going to have to enter them ever again. Hubdoc's going to create that connection and start pulling in all my bank feeds. You'll notice that Hubdoc has identified a new account number, and it's filing those documents away appropriately. Now, we're not going to just fetch the PDF statements. We'll also fetch CSVs for a lot of these banks as well. So Combank Personal Credit Card or American Express credit cards, where there's not a specific data feed set up in Xero, you can fetch those CSVs automatically. Put quite simply, you're never going to have to ask your client for a bank statement ever again. When we first set up these connections, we're doing a historical fetch. So we'll fetch absolutely anything available in the portal. A couple months to a couple years, really whatever that particular vendor holds available. So that's great if you're onboarding any new clients coming up to the end of financial year now. Perhaps there's a lot of cleanup to be done, but really the efficiencies are seen going forward. The same day they're available in that portal, they're available on Hubdoc, ready for you to work with. Absolutely no lead time there between requesting for documents, raising queries, and having those queries answered. Any questions, guys, in terms of automated connections and pulling the documents into Hubdoc? No? Awesome. So as I mentioned, we do this historical fetch and we do pull everything available in the portal. Sometimes Hubdoc might fetch a personal bank account, for example. No reason to freak out. You simply hit hide accounts, the hide accounts tab, and then you can toggle off that particular account that may be personal. Hubdoc will stop fetching that going forward, and all you need to do is drop the folder in the trash. Great. So not everything is available online. And what about those documents that are not available online? We have a couple different manual intake options as well. The whole idea, guys, here is to help your clients quickly and easily upload these documents with the least effort possible. So you can see the mobile phone app. You simply download the app and your clients can snap these photos as they incur them. You can send an email to the unique intake email address or just browse and upload from your computer. It just depends how your clients are currently doing things and what would be the easiest way of adoption. For example, if they're just sending it to an account's email address at the moment, perhaps they can just change that email address to the unique intake email address and life will just keep on moving. I'll show you a couple examples of different documents that we might upload to Hubdoc. You can upload multiple documents at the same time. You'll see Hubdoc pull these documents into my document stream. Hubdoc can also split PDFs with multiple invoices in the singular PDF, so that you're not being left to extract that manually. You simply click multiple item file, hit browse, select the document, and open it up. You'll see Hubdoc split that apart for me automatically. Any questions with the manual uploads at all? Great. So on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, excuse me, these icons directly correlate with the tabs along the top. Anything with the blue clock is sitting in the processing tab, and it means Hubdoc is actively working to extract that key data. Once we're confident we've got the data correct, these documents will move into the review tab with the orange triangle. You'll see Hubdoc has actually extracted all the key data, including the GST and GST-free portions. And what's left for us to do is go ahead and create our transactions. Now, what Hubdoc has also done is it's created new folders and filed the documents away appropriately. So you're not left having to manually create these folders. So again, you can see HubDoc's extracted all my all the key information. That's the supplier name, the date, and the total amount, including the tax and invoice numbers there as well. Now, what's left for us to do is go ahead and set our rules and create our transactions. Now, like everything else in HubDoc, this is a set and forget feature. We set these rules once, and we're not going to have to worry about it ever again. As you can see, HubDoc's seen a Tiger Air invoice from me previously, so the rules are actually preset. We have a couple different options here: a purchase, which will go as a bill across to Xero, spend money transactions, expense claims, invoices, and credit notes. The status, draft or authorized, really is a workflow preference. Where do you want to approve these documents? Is it in HubDoc or is it in Xero? I like to approve it in HubDoc and push across as authorized, since I do have a nice big preview of the source document to my left. The contact is coming straight from my Xero file. So is the account code and any tracking categories I might have set up in Xero. All that's left for me to do is go ahead and hit publish. When I hit publish, HubDoc's going to code and create this transaction in Xero and attach the source document along to it. You'll see it will then move out of my review tab and into my archive tab. You'll also be able to see it in the all tab as well. So what lands up happening is this review tab is sort of your HubDoc to-do list. You work out of this review tab, no more data entry. You're simply reviewing your rules and publishing your transaction. If there is no contact from Xero, we can actually create that contact in Xero for you. And again, simply publishing my transactions here. Any questions about the workflow, guys, when it comes to publishing, setting rules, and coding transactions? Awesome. Great, guys. So now we can actually take that automation that one step further by checking auto sync. What we're telling HubDoc is that we're confident that it's extracted the data correctly every time, and we're happy to publish it to these rules as well. What we can do then is we can go ahead and check auto sync. That's going to skip this review process and automatically create that transaction in Xero for you. By hitting publish, I'm saving these rules, and next time HubDoc sees an Apple receipt, it's going to skip the review tab and go straight to my Xero file. So what we're doing here, guys, is minimizing all the data entry, no more splitting GST, attaching source documents to transactions, or identifying invoice numbers. HubDoc does all the legwork. And what we're really doing is striving for that one-click reconciliation in Xero. So if I jump into my reconciliation screen here, you can see some of these documents that I've just published across, matching up with my bank feed. All that's left for me to do is hit publish, and my job is completely done. So this is audit-proofing your client's books at the same time. Every single transaction will have a source document attached. Awesome. Great, guys. Any questions in terms of the Xero side of things, how HubDoc will appear, how HubDoc transactions appear in Xero? Cool. So I guess really that is HubDoc in a nutshell. To summarize, what we're doing is we're going to be streamlining your bookkeeping workflow end to end, from document collection to document management and data extraction. So we think it should save you about 30% of your time, which is upwards of 50 hours a week spent on manual data entry and document collection. Now, once we've got an idea of which clients we'd like to sign up to HubDoc and we've actually signed them up, we want to make sure that all the settings are correct, so when we do hand this over to our clients, we've got a nice functioning platform. And I'll show you how we can walk through those now. We'll start by moving over to the Accounts button in the top right-hand side of your screen. This will bring us into our admin window, and we'll move over to the Profile tab in between Hide Accounts and Destinations. We can then edit our unique intake email address. When you first set up your HubDoc account, you'll have a pre-populated unique intake email. Simply hit edit and customize the entire prefix of the email. All you need to do is enter the details and hit save. You then also want to ensure that you do click the save changes in the bottom right of your screen. We'll then move over to the destinations tab, where we'll want to connect our Xero file. So I'll disconnect mine just to show you how it works. Hit connect. HubDoc will then take us to Xero and ask for our access. We'll allow access, and HubDoc is connected up to Xero. We also want to ensure that we have the correct tax data assigned for particular clients. So if your clients are registered for GST, the default tax rates here are GST on expenses 10% and GST free expenses 0%. Anything else you have set up in your Xero file will be pulled through, so you can select specific tax rates if that's applicable for your clients. We'll then want to move back to the Profile tab and ensure our auto extract tax amount from uploaded documents has been ticked. What that will allow HubDoc to do is extract the GST and GST-free line items rather than just applying the straight 10%. When you're happy with that, simply save changes and close out of that window. Any questions in terms of setup, guys? Has anyone experienced anything else, any other issues at all?
Hey, Deegan, we just had a good question all about how to merge folders.
Sure. So when we upload documents manually, as you can imagine, HubDocs might extract similar vendor names, but just slightly differently. For example, if you're on the road and you're getting petrol, you might have Celtex in different area codes. What you can do is actually merge these accounts by hitting the Add Account button and Manual Accounts. What we'll be able to do here is merge folders to avoid duplication. Unfortunately, I don't have any folders that are the same, but for argument's sake, let's say Air Canada was at the top and Airbnb also said Air Canada, but there was no space in between the R and the C. We can just select both of the folders we'd like to merge and hit merge. HubDoc will then ask us which one we'd like to become the master folder. We can select that account and click merge again. It's going to now file all the documents that say Airbnb or Air Canada in our case under the new Air Canada folder. Going forward, HubDoc's smart enough to remember anytime it extracts information without that space to file it away under the new folder name. That way, we minimize the amount of folders on the left-hand side and maximize the amount of organization that you guys will have with your folder structure. Does that make sense to everyone? Any other questions around merging folders at all? Cool. So on the left-hand side, you can see the folder structure is filed by vendor name. Now, it's not just for source documents. HubDoc, like I said, is a fully fledged document management tool as well. So you can see here insurance papers, legal documents, maybe property documents or rental agreements, even tax returns can be uploaded to HubDoc and your clients can simply pick them up. As I mentioned, we do integrate with Dropbox or Google Drive, so you could put your tax return in HubDoc and it will appear in your client's Google Drive. By using the tags function down the bottom, we can start to track by a range of different variables, and you can get quite creative. So you can see here whether it's splitting between business and personal, a specific job number or expense claim, or maybe you're just dropping your outstanding queries into this tag and your client's coming in here and adding a note as to what this query might be about. Great. Awesome, guys. So as I mentioned, that is HubDoc in a nutshell. If you have any other questions, We can stick around for a couple more minutes. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us
Hey,
today.
Tegan, there is a question, just wondering how they would go about finding more resources and getting trained up a bit further.
Good question, Jess. Good question. You can see here our HubDoc certification courses. We've just relaunched the certification courses. Really great tool for yourselves, any new staff members using HubDoc, to really get a good base level understanding of the platform. These should only take you 30 to 40 minutes, but really will answer a lot of the questions that you might have. If you're stuck on anything in particular, you can always contact our support line. Our number and email address are on the screen right now. They're really great. They'll get back to you within 1 hour at the absolute maximum during business hours. Alternatively, if you guys already have or have been introduced to HubDoc account managers, everyone is extremely friendly and more than happy to chat. So please don't be shy, guys. Just reach out and we'll be able to answer any of those queries. Awesome, guys. So I guess that brings it. That's all from me today. Again, thank you for joining us. We will have a recording of this and it will be sent to everyone who did sign up and attended. So don't worry if you missed anything. And again, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great afternoon.